Good morning, everyone. This is an iconic and historic day in the history of Shivnad School, Faridabad. As we get ready for a day full of celebrations, you are about to witness an enriching journey of our achievements and learnings. So stay tuned till the end. We would start with a message by our principal, Anju ma'am.
Dear parents and children, the year 2020 has been one of tremendous surprises and surging creativity. If nothing else, it has taught us how to convert stumbling blocks into stepping stones. I am delighted and proud to share that 9-year young Kshitij Goyal of Grade 4 has won sterling commendation from the jury at the Young Innovator Design Challenge 2020. It was an all India event where students of grades 6 to 12 pitched ideas and prototypes to fight COVID in innovative ways. Kshitij was the youngest participant. He faced the jury of stalwart scientists with confidence and conviction. He defended his creation, a mask called Sanjeevani. I will leave him to talk more about it here. I am certain you join me in congratulating him and his parents.
Hello, I'm Shiraj Goyal from 4th semester. I want to tell you about my project. I like to call it an automatic resuscitator. It is a low-cost portable ventilator which can help patients who need assisted breathing, and it can also help us against the fight in COVID-19. My project has won 2 awards. The Jury Award for the Most Innovative Idea and the Audience Choice Award. This competition was organized by NXP Semiconductors and I was the youngest person to participate. I prepared for 3 months for 4 rounds of evaluation. I'm feeling really happy that this competition has been covered by India Today and Aaj Tak. I'm thankful for my school which provides me encouragement and inspiration to do activities like this. Thank you.
Dear parents, our new Council of Students has just taken the oath to serve the school and discharge their duties with love and care. The digital election process we followed was undoubtedly the first, and clearly, the primary children have upended the bar of innovation by participating in a fair and impartial online election process. My congratulations go out to Arav, Twisha, Nitika, Ritvik, Tavish, Jashit, Saksham, Manya Gandhi, Devina, Shiven, Raghavendra, Abir, Manya Agarwal, Arshia, Kshitij, Atharv, Naisha, Yashasvi, Jaisnavi, Purvi and Myra. Join me in congratulating these children for being elected as the Junior Council representatives.
Now we will start with the oath ceremony of our new council. I
I
solemnly swear
solemnly swear
that I will diligently execute
that I will diligently execute
the responsibilities of student council representative
responsibilities of student council representative
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
I will uphold, promote, and support
I will uphold, promote, and support
the ideas,
the
activities, and
ideas,
constitution
activities, and constitution
of the Shivnana School Faridabad Student Council.
of the Christian Faridabad Smart Student Council.
I will serve as a positive role model,
I'll serve as a positive role model,
leader,
leader,
and voice for the student population,
and voice for the student population,
and represent them
and represent them
as well as possible.
as well as possible.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Today, we bring to you the online version of Funkaar with the hope that you will experience the same sense of joy and exuberance that the children have felt in stitching this together for you, while being in their homes, removed by distance but aligned by the same ethos, artistic bent, appreciation for beauty, and love for each other. To delve deeper in the Indian art forms, grades 3 to 5 have explored the culture and art of the state of Telangana over the last few weeks. You will see some of that unfolding here. My congratulations to all children, their teachers, and parents for the immense effort to put together this extraordinary Funkaar, unique in its flavor and content. Leonard Bernstein said, "The point is, art never stopped a war and never got anybody a job. That was never its function. Art cannot change events, but it can change people. It can affect people so that they are changed, because people are changed by art. Enriched, ennobled, encouraged, they then act in a way that may affect the course of events. By the way, they behave the way they think." At Shivnada School, that's our deepest desire, that our children remain connected with the art forms for life and enjoy their journey as they grow and learn more, and continue to influence the world around them with their actions and views. Sit back and enjoy this experience with them. Thank you.
Hello everybody, get ready to be charmed, as coming up next on your screens is a portrayal of Great for Kanha as Funkaar 2020 projects. The
Together with our teachers, we embarked on the first ever journey of an online Funkaar event, overcame hurdles and reached our destinations with novel learning experiences. We hope to share the same with all of you in the next few minutes. Our Funkaar 2020 projects included: during Funkaar, we did maths through visual arts. We observed various patterns around us. Through a virtual tour of Charminar in Telangana, we saw the beautiful patterns and the symmetry in this famous monument. Thereafter, we created different patterns through various art forms like paper folding, rangoli and mandala. Exploring folktales through theatre. The Funkaar project helped us discover our individual artistic expression by narrating the folktale from Telangana. We not only understood the different elements of a folktale, but we were also able to build upon our confidence and communication skills.
Folk tale passed down from generation to generation, told by hearsay, सुन के pass down किया गया है. Okay, let's remember this idea. Now what I want you to do is we'll do a very small exercise, and that exercise is basically this. I want you to remember the stories that were passed down to you by your grandfather or your mother or your father. What story was this that was passed down to you? Think about it for a minute or so. If you have some stories to share, I'd love to hear them.
The Unwanted Guest. This is a story of an intelligent woman called Buddhamati. She lived in a village in Andhra Pradesh. Her husband Vishnu Rao was a poor Brahmin, but in spite of his poverty, he loved to invite people to his house for meals. Buddhamati and her children often had to sleep hungry. She did not like this at all.
At last, Buddhimati had an idea. The next afternoon, when another unwanted guest came to their house, she greeted him with a broad smile. Vishnu Rao spread out a mat for his guest and went off to the river to take a bath. Then Buddhimati came into the room with a stout wooden stick and started to perform a puja in front of the stick.
The Brahmin had never seen anything like this before. He asked her, "What on earth are you trying to do?" Bhutyamati turned to the Brahmin and said, "If I purified the stick with the puja, the gods will forgive her husband for beating up the guest. Thank you."
The Brahmin jumped up in alarm and ran away.
He went around telling everyone never to go to Vishnu Rao's house for a meal if they did not want to get beaten up by a stick. People stopped accepting Vishnu Rao's invitations. Buddhimati finally got rid of unwanted guests.
The fall of ego. Once there was a proud and arrogant scholar who had many disciples. One day he told one of his students to go to the village and fetch some items for him. On his journey, the disciple saw that the river was calm. But when he fetched the items and returned, he saw the river had turned wild and had started to surge.
So, out of desperation, he held the Guru's items in his hands and began reciting the words Guru Charanam repeatedly. And as he did so, a miracle took place. The river slowly parted and he began making his way through the river. The disciples on the opposite shore were very scared, for they thought that he may drown or get washed away by the river.
The Guru, he first touched his feet and then hand over the item he had been told to fetch. Everyone asked the boy, how you cross the river? How you cross the river? How you cross the river? And he simply responded, I never saw the river. I just closed my eyes for Guru Charnam, Guru Charnam, Guru Charnam, and came here.
Now the Guru thought that if this mere disciple had this power, then he should have it too. So in the morning, he got into the river and began reciting Nacharnam instead of Guru Charnam. He kept saying Nacharnam. The river almost swept him away. His disciples saw him drowning and rescued him with a stick. The disciples were amused. This so-called learned man could not even figure out the depth of the water. The Guru did not have any answer, and the disciples began laughing. And the Guru lost all the respect he had gathered from the students over the years. Thank you.
The Unsolved Mystery. Once upon a time in Andhra Pradesh, there ruled a very generous king. Every day, two beggars would visit the king. One was old and the other one was a young man. Whenever the king gave donations to them, the old man would always say, God provides. And the young man would always say, our king provides. The king got irritated with the old man and decided to teach him a lesson.
The next day he told the beggars to walk down a road, one by one, where he had placed a purse filled with gold. Then he questioned them, Did you find anything on the road? No, your majesty, said the young beggar. The old beggar said, Yes, I found a purse filled with gold. As I always say, God provides. The displeased king then gave a pumpkin filled with silver coins to the younger beggar. As the younger beggar walked down the road, he thought, I can't cook it and I can't eat raw. What will I do with this pumpkin? He thought. He sold the pumpkin to a shopkeeper for a few points. Soon after, the older beggar came to the shopkeeper's shop begging. The shopkeeper felt sorry for him. He called and gave him a pumpkin. The older beggar took the pumpkin to his hut and decided to cook it. As soon as he cut it, he was delighted to find silver coins. God provides. God is great, he thought. The next morning, the king eagerly waited for the beggars.
When they reached, he asked them, "Did anything exciting happen to you yesterday?" "No, Your Majesty, but I did earn a few coins by selling the pumpkin you gave me," said the young beggar. The old beggar said, "I was blessed. Yesterday, the shopkeeper gave me a pumpkin. When I went home and cut it, I found it filled with silver coins. As I always say, God provides." The king gave up and learned his lesson.
The foolish gesture. One day, some friends in a village decided to bathe in a river. The river had a scorpion in its waters and was struggling to come out of it. One of those friends saw the scorpion in the water and tried to throw it towards the banks in order to save it.
But every time the boy tried to pull the scorpion out of the water, it would sting him and the boy would drop the scorpion back into the river. His friends warned him of the scorpion's venom. "Dad, stop being so foolish!"
The boy replied by saying that he had no choice but to save it. Just like the scorpion's instinct is to sting, it was his instinct to save the scorpion. His friend suggested that it would be wise to seek help, but risking one's own life was not a good idea at all.
They suggested that you must help others, but also keep yourself safe. You don't need to take all the risks in order to save someone. All the friends then gathered a towel, scooped the scorpion out of the water, and saved it.
The criticism of men. Hoja and his son went on a journey once. Hoja's son was riding the donkey and he himself went on foot. On the way, they met some people who said, "Look at that healthy young boy. He has no respect for elders. He is riding the donkey while his poor father is walking."
The boy felt very ashamed that he has to walk and insisted that he will walk. So Hoja mounted the donkey and the son walked at his side. A little later, they met some other people who said, "Hey, look at that. The poor little boy has to walk while his father rides the donkey."
Asked by these people, Hoja told his son that the best thing to do is for both of us to walk. Then no one can complain. So they continued on their journey, both of them walking.
A little way down the road, they met some others who said, "Just take a look at those fools. Both of them are walking under this hot sun and neither of them is riding the donkey." Hoja turned to his son and said, "That just goes to show how hard it is to escape the criticism of men." A gang of thieves was robbing every house in the Vijayanagar kingdom. The city chief was troubled as his guards were unable to catch the thieves. He called Tenali Rama for help. The next day, Rama told his wife to spread a rumor that they have a bag of gold coins at home. The news spread like wildfire. The thieves too heard of it and decided to rob Rama's house. The next night, when the thieves came to rob their house, Rama raised his voice and told his wife, "My dear, let's pull all our wealth in a big box and drop it in the well. It will be safe underwater."
Rama and his wife pretended to do so. Later, the thieves went to the well and began talking to each other. "The box seems to be heavy and big. How do we get it out?" The leader said, "Let's drain all the water from the well. Then we can easily lift the box."
Everyone agreed to this and started to drain water from the well. When they finally got to see the box, they were stunned to see only stones and rocks in it. Before they could come out of shock, the city guards came in and captured the gang. How Tenali Rama caught the thieves was talk of the town for days.
हिंदी में बच्चों ने गुजरात की लोक कथा मुफ्त ही मुफ्त को पढ़ते हुए लोक कथा विधा को जाना। अपने इसी ज्ञान और समझ को दर्शाते हुए उन्होंने तेलंगाना राज्य की लोक कथाएं लिखी और वहाँ की संस्कृति को सुंदर चित्रों के साथ अपनी कथा में दर्शाया।
parents, what you just witnessed was a testimony to the holistic education that Shiv Nadar School provides. An event like this cannot happen overnight, and the wheels start rolling weeks ago. And commitment from many people is needed to make it a success. It is my honor and privilege today to extend the vote of thanks and acknowledge the contribution of all those who made our first ever virtual Funkaar possible. With immense appreciation, I would first like to thank our students for their tireless efforts. Dear children, without your participation and invaluable contribution, this culmination would not have been so successful. Thank you to each one of you for such a creative demonstration of your learnings. Next, I would like to thank you, dear parents, for your enormous cooperation. Culminating the event online would not have been possible without your time and continuous support. You have been our true pedagogical partners in this journey. Thank you to my team of the most dedicated teachers, both scholastic and co-scholastic, for working day and night and providing such rich experiences to our children and making learning a joyful experience. A special thanks to Bhagya for helping us compile such lovely videos. Lastly, I would like to express my deepest gratitude to our principal Anju ma'am for guiding us throughout and showing us the right path. She is undoubtedly a pillar of strength to each one of us. Once again, a big thank you. We hope you enjoyed the presentations. Have a good day.